Australians have been rickrolled by this Prime Minister. He has given up on them, he has let them down, and it's clear that they will hurt Western Australians at any opportunity. In Western Australia, just 22,944 vaccines have been administered. They have known for more than a year that they would need to administer a vaccine program in every state of the Commonwealth. And at one point we did have, of course, it might have been that they didn't know what to do because Gladys Berejiklian had a whisper in the Prime Minister's ear and said, "I think you should put New South Wales ahead of the queue." There's the article where she said, "I think we should put New South Wales ahead of the queue." But we still wait day after day. And then we saw in the West Australian newspaper, a great newspaper today, Senator Cash said, "The coalition stands behind its record." Well, it's good that she's standing behind their record rather than standing behind a whiteboard. Their record in Western Australia is terrible. We have the fake money promised by the member for Tangney for the Row 8 project. It's fake money from the member
minister will cease interjecting.
We've had the fake money for the Row 8. We've got the fake tradie. We've got the fake coal miner over in the Senate, and now we've got the fake PM with his fake airline ticket to support the tourism industry. The tourism industry have seen through this fake support. We know that it does nothing for Perth, the hotels in Perth that are doing it tough, about to have JobKeeper ripped away, nothing for the South-West. And I'll quote the Tourism Council of WA CEO Evan Hall, who said, quote, "On this policy, this government's policy, supposed to support the tourism industry, the Tourism Council say this is a devastating blow for the tourism industry at a time when you've got a lot of businesses looking to close their doors at the end of JobKeeper." This is someone who's actually in touch with what is happening and what is likely to happen when, in my electorate, 4,000 people have JobKeeper ripped away in 11 days' time. Tourism Council says when it comes to Western Australia, we are an afterthought at best. And I heard the Assistant Minister speaking before, where he said the biggest issue facing the government is staff shortages. The biggest issue facing Australia is staff shortages. If they think the biggest issue in Australia right now is staff shortages, then I will quote from Flying High and say, surely you can't be serious. I would have thought jobs for the unemployed would be a bigger issue. I would have thought ending gender-based violence would have been a big issue. I would have thought rolling out the vaccine would be a bigger issue for this government. But no, apparently the biggest issue they face is staff shortages. And when it comes to this government and their capacity to support the economy at a really difficult time, they're really great at promising things and then quietly off in the background campaigning against them. Senator Dean Smith, the West Australian senator, you'd remember former Senator Cormann announced the Perth City deal, $1.5 billion investment, including an investment in Edith Cowan University in my electorate. But then what arrived in the letterbox of my constituents from Liberal Senator Dean Smith? A letter campaigning against the relocation of ECU Mount Lawley, something that his own government is funding and announced. So no wonder when it comes to the fake announcements we get from this fake Prime Minister, do people have a little bit of scepticism about what's going to happen. But I'll tell you what's not fake. What is not fake is that we're going to see 8,000 people in my electorate lose JobKeeper at the end of this month. That's $3.9 million a week in support being taken out of my local economy. Across Western Australia, 75,000 workers are still relying on JobKeeper. These jobs exist because of that financial support. Financial support that I remember when this government said we didn't need a wage subsidy, and they were wrong. And now they're coming in again saying we don't need the wage subsidy anymore. I hope that if this government they learnt last year to backflip, I hope that if things do not turn out as planned, and if indeed there are further job losses when they tear away this vital economic support, I really do hope they see a way through to put their ideology at the door and to support workers. Western Australia has missed out because of sports rorts. We missed out because of the Safer Communities Fund rorts, and now we're missing out because of the Prime Minister's colour-coded travel map.